For those of you who have seen the teaser, you know already, if you are a Brit or an American, the way you say my name is like that, Mihai. Yeah? Why I'm here today? Well, maybe not because I've been in a global adventure and I built up this business for a company that I used to work for, but maybe more that I'm a fan of impossible missions. Yeah? If you have a Romanian passport and you work for a Romanian company, that's in your background, and you want to push a Romanian product on a global level, then, yeah, and maybe a couple of Americans have failed before you, then maybe it's looking like an impossible mission. But then, as I was coming here to, yesterday, back from London, from one of these exhibitions that you have to do in such a role, I was thinking, well, there must be something else, yeah? Maybe some other people did it, yeah? We just heard about it. So why I'm here today? Well, I think the reason goes back, and I'm glad that I heard a few psychologists before, goes back to the childhood, to my grandparents, yeah? I used to have some extraordinary grandparents, and they were telling me stories. And I believed in these stories. I believed in the prince coming on the white horse and saving the princess. I believed in, then I was growing, yeah? I believed in Luke Skywalker and the rebels. They were winning against the dark force. And also, it's not a weapon, don't be afraid. Who in this room ever wanted to be D'Artagnan or one of the Three Musketeers? Yeah, please, hands up. Okay, so I believed in the Three Musketeers and their adventures. Eh? They were always outnumbered. They were always fighting more people. They were always almost losing everything, but at the end of the day, they were quite agile. They were doing all of these things, and they were winning. The story about the sword later, yeah? So, it's important to believe in these stories. You take such a mission, it's looking like a mission impossible, and then you start. And you do what? You travel. And where is the first country you have to visit? It's your biggest country. It's the United States of America. Yeah? February 17, 2014. If you ever held one of those passports, all of them are my photos, my passports. I can show them to you afterwards. You are used to stay in line. Yeah? You are a millennial or whatever, X generation. You have seen all these lines. You are used to stay in line. You are not questioning this, yeah? You see your colleagues from more developed countries, they use e-gates. They are opening, the Americans, they are using e-gates. They are opening. After a long flight, you are staying in line. 1 hour and a half, maybe, depends on where you are entering. And then the custom officer opens the passport, he sees a visa. Hello, Mr. Guran, what are you doing here today? Well, I'm running a sales meeting. For which company? Well, a company from Romania, which works in security software industry. And for how long do you work for this company, Mr. Guran? 2 weeks. Bing! 2 weeks. His eyebrows are up. He's looking at me. He's coming from Romania, working for 2 weeks. Suspect. So what do? Well, bing, bing, bing. I'm still in sales, yeah? I have to persuade people. I have to find arguments. Well, sir, in the last 12 years, I worked for HP, Dell, and IBM. Oh, that's fine. Stamp. Here you go. Welcome to the United States of America, yeah? So that was the first lesson. It matters less of where you are coming from. It doesn't really matter the country, the passport. It matters more who you are, what you do, what's your experience, what's your reputation, which are your skills, yeah? And this matter all the time in all the interaction that you have. I remember when you have to do such a business, you need people, you need salespeople, you need a lot of people. Many of them are out there, yeah? And okay, many, they don't know Romania, they don't know, especially if we talk about the United States, but some of them, the good ones, they are doing their due diligence, yeah? And I remember this guy, he was telling me, and it's always like that, hello, Mihai, I review your offer, it's quite similar. What? Yeah, I know. It's quite similar. You cannot pay. You are coming from Romania. You have a Romanian company. You cannot pay a premium for people in the US to come and join your company from Romania. Okay? You really need to pay competitive. But I reviewed a little bit the offer, it's similar, and then, I've seen your interview during RSA. What? I don't even remember that one. Ah, that thing, it was the last hour of the exhibition. Everybody was packing already, this kind of, everybody hurrying to get rid of it. Your feet hurt after a long week. I discussed with that guy, he asked me to talk 3 minutes with him. I discussed with him 10 or 15 minutes, discussing about the strategy, what's going on. There is a cyberwar out there, how we can help our customer defend themselves. And I think, as you can see in this photo, I put a lot of passion into it. I was quite persuading. So this guy in Sweden is telling me, well, Mihai, but I've seen your interview, and yeah, you persuaded me. I'll come and join Bitdefender. Yeah! So the other point there is social media. Yeah? I know many of you are avoiding social media, especially lately. It's a sort of pressure. Leave it. Well, it can be of help if you are using it correctly. Yeah? Put on your LinkedIn profile whatever needs to be there, and you will be there. Good. So what's next? It would be excellent if you would have a plan. We are professionals here. Yeah? We work so many years for British, American companies. We can do a plan. But maybe it's more important to have a time machine. Anybody recognizes this car? Yeah? It's from Back to the Future. Okay, so you set it up. June 8, 2022. Take care. You have to go forward. You cannot go back. And you arrive and you see what's up with your company. Yeah? Your sales are 10 times higher. You have 100 plus more people. You have processes that you could only dream, tools that you could only dream about. Legal is talking to finance. They are talking to sales, all of them. A lot of things are there which today you don't have them. So where do you start? There are so many things to be done, and you've seen them in all the companies you work for. If you are in IT, but I believe in other fields, you have processes. You have to have the right communication. You have to have a lot of people. You have to have a forecast, the tools to do that, a CRM. Actually, if you'll ask me, I had the funding when I joined for that impossible mission. I started to recruit. But before starting to recruit, actually the first thing I've done, I worked on a compensation and benefit, on a payment scheme, yeah? Because whatever was before was not the right one. And I had to make it at least competitive, at least similar to what was on the market. So yeah, you have to start somewhere, yeah? And then what? Reality check number 1. Your sales troops are enrolled. You see, I hope, the photo. Sales troops are enrolled. Your product, your services are better after long discussions with the product development team. There is some smoke, some awareness, marketing, it's started to work, but customers, they cannot find them. You are, especially the ones with a big dollar sign on their chest, the rich customers, they cannot find you, yeah? Because it's quite expensive, and your marketing generation engine doesn't work. So what can work? Well, I can tell you what doesn't work. So if you go in a holiday, you drink a little bit too much, it's not me. Don't put a permanent tattoo with the logo of your company. Because maybe the company will change the logo, or maybe you take another mission. And the logo, if you make the tattoo here, it will not attract customer. Also the force. Any of you here in sales and marketing doing events, you know these 2x2 booths? Yeah, in Olympia, London, in Romexpo, or wherever, and the customers are passing by, and you are trying to stop them. Hey, please stop. I have excellent technology. Come and I will show you how. Just stop. Well, the force doesn't work in this situation, especially in IT. I don't know in other fields. They have quite great minds, and it's not easy to penetrate them with the force. So, you have to develop your brand, your communication, your marketing, your lead generation, but you know that. And then you discover the other. It's like when you run a marathon, yeah? You hit the second wall, and that's a competition. Yeah? As you can see here, these are all pictures from some workshops I was running with my colleagues. They are telling you, yeah, the competitors, they are larger, they are already global, they have more resources, they are better organized. Yeah? How can we fight with them, sir? Well, you have to make a difference. You have to have your salespeople trained, motivated, and you have to inspire them. During the first sales kickoff, we used the David against Goliath story to inspire them and to motivate them. Yeah? Actually, it's exactly in this picture. Yeah? At the beginning, before you are becoming also a big, well-organized company, yeah? You are a bit like that, like in a startup. You have to do a bit of everything, and your people have to walk the extra mile. They have to make the difference, and you need to inspire them and to motivate them. So how do you do it? Well, here comes the story, yeah? Again, who wanted to be a musketeer when it was a little kid, yeah? Quite a few of you, I hope, yeah? So bring good motivational speakers, like Anna Maria Brânză, for example, yeah? And we had her as a speaker, and she explained to us that you need to really train a lot before you go out and in that day you can win, yeah? And then, you know, these partners, they all have these awards. The wall is full with these plaques and dusty crystal stones, and yeah? Okay, forget that. You give them a sword, and you tell them, you put your company logo here, yeah? And you tell them, yeah, go out and conquer some market share for me, yeah? 2 months after, you go to Germany, there is this big board member, and he's coming with a sword, puts it on the table, and he says, yeah, look, Mihai, I remember what you told me to do. I'm getting market share for your company, yeah? Oh, thank you. You remember me. Because when they go back to their office, there are 20 other suppliers, and they are bigger, more organized, larger. They are already global, yeah? So they have to remember you somehow. So you need to motivate, to inspire them. You have to communicate directly. And here you can see a photo from one of these events when we gave them swords. Maybe you cannot see, but all of them are smiling, yeah? All of them are buying into this idea, yeah? If you fight for a good cause, for a good idea, it's worth doing it. And you will remember, yeah? Then bang, it's another wall. People are starting to fight for you. They bring orders. And then what? Remember the time travel, yeah? All the companies that I work for, even the American ones or British, when orders are coming in, the internal systems, they are not coping with that, yeah? You need to continuously adapt and do something. Many times you have to improvise, because otherwise they will fail. Yeah, it's real life, it's happening. It's a real photo. People were trying to express what we have to do at management level, and they were drawing. We asked them to draw, yeah? These are the pictures I'm showing to you. So yeah, it's happening in all the companies, and yeah, the advice is whatever you plan, whatever systems you have in place today, from now, in 2 years, in 3 years, in 4 years, when orders will start to come, when you have more people on board, they will not work. I mean, think about it. You will have probably more than 100 people in your team. You will have thousands of partners. Each of them are ordering, if not every day, every week. You have to put management level. You have to influence product strategy, the roadmap. You have to develop new services. You have to have your marketing working to bring the leads. You have to do a lot of things, legal, finance, HR. They need to talk to the people. You have to do a lot of things, and you have to do them ongoing, yeah? Be open, adapt to changes, adapt whatever plans you have. Even pricing, yeah? Pricing, it doesn't have to be low. It has to be higher, because your product developed, you have to position correctly, and you have to charge the right amount, yeah? Not the lower amount. You have to increase your bottom line. What else can help? Well, now we have these passports, yeah? In some of these developed countries, it's already working with e-gates. It's easier. Logistics are easier. In Germany, in the UK, it's working already. Not in the US yet, but it's working. But then there is another thing which I'm very proud of, yeah? We have a tradition of fighting here in this country, and it's worth listening for the American some Americans, when you tell them stories about Dacians, how they were fighting here in the Eastern European space with the Romans, with the barbarians, and yeah, we have a tradition of fighting, especially in cybersecurity. It's a war out there, and we are still fighting. But then we also fight for our rights, for, for some ideas, for some good ideas, like Roșia Montană. I was one of the few Romanians, which in Budapest office, there were some colleagues with origins in Transylvania, and they were talking to me in Romanian, nobody else. But after I took this photo with a Save Roșia Montană, and I was written also in Hungarian these words, they were coming and talking to me in Romanian. So you have to do these things. One day, for example, there were in these times with Collective, what happened in Collective in those days after, 3 Americans were in my office. Mihai, we were trying to get to the hotel last evening, and we couldn't. There was a big protest, and we heard that the government is resigning. Shall we go back? No, 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 no. Stay calm. We are not doing anything. It's quite civilized. It's even better. We'll change the government from time to time. Relax. Some people like this kind of things, and it's not a shame. The brand of Romania is developing, and a lot of you are ambassadors, and a lot of us who choose to live outside Romania. And lately the brand is improving, even if we want it or not, but it's improving. Good. That's probably my last slide before the last one. So you need to be prepared, get ready, compete, and then you can grow. If you look here at these 3 bullets, first of all, you need to be a professional. You need to plan, change, adapt continuously. You really need to have these things set right. Then build and maintain your brand, your company brand, the country brand. It's all of us. We are building it. As you can see, I choose bracelet in the national color days today. We are building the brand of the country every day with every interaction, all of us. Don't be ashamed. Do it. It's a good country to be in. And then inspire and motivate the others. That's the most important thing, I believe, because really you have to have people with you which have to walk the extra mile, have to improvise, at least at the beginning. They have to take things when it's hard. They really need to assume some risks, maybe, as well, business risk, of course. Remember the photo, The competitors are ugly, maybe not politically correct, but for sure large, more organized, and they are coming from these countries where you attack them, and they will respond at some time. And if you don't have people who are inspired and they are fighting for you, it will be very hard for you to succeed, And try to put these right ideas, noble ideas, and people will fight for you. And if the technology is good, the country is good, your brand is good, also the force will help you, So if you want to conquer the world, may the force be with you, and that's our only hope. Thank you.